Yes, we are back again. I'm going to go straight to Chinchay. Chinchay, just now Choong Hann was talking about a forum or platform to nurture quality coaches. Would you like to talk about it? What is BM doing in that aspect?
Firstly, I have to admit that in the last few years, BM have not done enough to open up to the ex-players, to a forum with them where you can tap on their ideas and then to share what is good to be done for Malaysia badminton. But with our new president coming, Tan Sri Tengku Mahathir, I think he's opening up by inviting former players. I think he have dialogues with former players, he have dialogues with media, getting feedbacks from players. I think the initiative are there, so I hope in the near future there will be more opportunity to tap on the ideas. At the same time, but having said that, we actually have clinics and seminars actually on and off, maybe once a year, where not only the former players but the public, the sports expert lecturers, sports scientists. We had a seminar. In fact, during May, during the Sudirman Cup, we had the international coaching conference where coaches, former players, and sports lecturers spoke and discussed ideas about improving badminton.
Okay, Azlan, how involved is Squash Rackets Association of Malaysia in providing this platform to develop coaches or?
We have our coaching courses. I think Southern Squash are quite active to have coaching courses, but again, it's I like to use this term for squash, it's a chicken egg situation. The problem is that we have so many coaches, there are not enough squash courts to coach in.
Okay.
You know, we're really dealing with the pure basics. You know, squash is really handicapped with the pure basics. So on that aspect, I think we've not reached the level of badminton. I think badminton's got a lot more history. Squash is just being paved by this generation, and hopefully in X amount of years we push up to that level. But I think where I think ISN has helped in a lot of aspects is that I think what they're trying to do nationwide is that they've got huge TID, talent identification programs, and I think that's how they're helping federations. They've helped my academy for sure. They've gone out, every single academy we've done TIDs for them, and we've basically shortlisted. Unfortunately, we have to shortlist due to the lack of number of squash courts. We've had to shortlist the better athletes to the secondary, unfortunately, but again, it's resources that we're dealing with.
The NSI, National Sport Institute's CEO, Dr. Ramlan Aziz, he mentioned in an interview, I think in one of the interview, he said there are now screening nationwide going for standard 1 children, 7 years old. It's a general screening, and then they will, it's related to talent ID.
Correct.
Will it work?
I think it just gives, I think it just gives a great platform, and I think it also makes the kids and the parents realize that these are the basic fundamentals for a kid to have to become a decent athlete. But again, some kids, bear in mind, some kids mature later, and some kids mature physically earlier. So again, you know, I think it's they're pro and cons with pretty much everything.
How young do we start with these children in order to produce more world-class athletes like Nicol and Lee Chong Wei? How young? 7 is ideal, or?
I think these different sports have a different startup age. But actually, I think ISN having this talent ID is a good initiative, because it will then put right people in the right sports, rather than, because in Malaysia generally children's involved in sports mostly because of parents. Because if a parent likes certain sports, they put their children into certain sports. So with the scientific approach, I think in time to come, Malaysia have the right people playing the right sports.
Oh, that's a good point. Because I know your son also plays badminton, Chinchay.
Yes.
Is it through talent ID, or you wanted him to play?
No, I wanted him to play, but after 3 years, I realized he's not so talented.
So you changed, you moved.
So I changed, yes.
So, okay. Choong Hann, what about you? Do you think being an independent body now, without being under a national association, there is support from National Sports Council and also NSI in helping clubs and academies to also grow?
I think the channel is always there. It's just that because we are groomed by the system, and we understand that how important it is with the support service from NSI, National Sports Institute, whereby we have learned so much through the physical trainer, through the nutrition team, and through the psychologist team, that they have made part of who we are actually.
Okay.
You know, they groom us character-wise. They groom us from the knowledge of scientific training, that we know how to pace ourselves along our career. And also not forgotten that I've had some serious injury before, and it is also that they who are giving us the support to make us come back in a strong way. So in many ways we are linked to each other actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just trying to understand, Choong Hann, if a junior comes to your academy, how do you educate this junior on sports science approaches? Do you?
Definitely, we share with them some very basic
Okay.
understanding that what you should do as a professional player. Of course, they are not professional yet, but this is how I show them that you know, if you are into the sport, if you are seriously pumping in money to groom yourself or to groom your children into as a future players, I believe you should start acting like one.
Okay.
Yeah.
How important is the role of parents in all this thing?
I think it's important, but it's important for the athlete. My parents just said, okay, Azlan, if you want to play, you can go ahead. Just chase your dreams, you know. So I think it depends. I think parenting is really, really important. I think it's the faith they put on their kids. My parents just asked me to play, and I'm pretty sure it's the same with Nicol. You know, and squash. I think the parents would help direct to a certain extent, but it's really up to the individual how much work. Your parents are not going to be the one watching you train for 8 hours. You're going to be doing it yourself, you know. You're going to be doing the recovery sessions yourself. You're going to be doing the hard intensity training sessions yourself. And even if the physical trainers give you that program, you could still lie to them by only pushing 60-70% and not pushing 100%. So therefore, I think it's really up to the individual. Yeah.
Is there a problem of parents being too involved in the athlete's career, Chinchat?
Yeah, from experiences in Malaysia, you can see some the startup. The first few years, of course, is very important for parents support. But parents must learn to let go. Actually, once they reach the national and international level, because in sports in Malaysia are regulated by the NSAs, the state sports association, where they have rules and regulation. So parents will always think their children is the best. I mean that's natural, you see. So, but the problem is in the association, everybody plays by the same rules. So there should not be favoritism or prejudice. So parents, when parents get involved, they tend to interfere with these rules and regulation. So they must learn to let go.
Okay, I'm going to take you guys back to Lee Chong Wei and Nicol David. 2 times Olympic Games silver medalist Lee Chong Wei, 7 times world champion Nicol David. What do you think our juniors should learn from them? What do you think characters or qualities that our young athletes should emulate from them? Maybe Choong Hann, you can start first.
Well, first thing first, I believe the most fundamental character you should have is you should have the pride in yourself, and also in the country you represent. That is the fundamental strength that you should have in every sessions of your training, and in every defeats you had. That you should keep yourself spiritually high, and keep moving on. And with that, it will pave many ways for many great things, because unless you have this kind of spirit and a big heart to lead, it's difficult to stay competitive in a very challenging world of professional sports.
Okay, thanks Choong Hann. Azlan, on Nicol David.
I think Nicol's persevered throughout her career a long time, for a long time now, since very young, and she's lived up to every single expectation. So I think it's something that I had to take, is that she's had the ability to reinvent herself. In squash, there have been generations of women squash players where, like the Egyptians now, they've gotten more skillful, they've gotten faster. Nicol has had to adapt her game in the last 2 years to just manage this this, and she's managed to reinvent herself throughout the career. So of course she's had to do it with a lot of hard work, so that's why she's really put ahead to the task, and she's just very, very focused. The whole world is squash, and you gotta give her that.
Maybe one last word from Chinchai on
beside Chong and Nicol, I'd like to talk to two gentlemen beside me. They are both icons in their own right, you see. They are not only was very good badminton and squash players, they are world class. And now they're carrying on the career in their sport. Azlan is doing a great job with the youngsters throughout the country. And then Choong Hann is having his own academy and still traveling around. It's very good icons for our youngsters in Malaysia to emulate them. See, I think where they are today, actually, sports made them.
Okay. Thank you so much, Chinchai, and thank you so much, Choong Hann and Azlan. It has been a very interesting discussion, and I just would like to thank three of them for being here, and we hope that through this discussion and through this encouragement for our younger generation, there'll be more who will be inspired to be like Lee Chong Wei and Nicol David. With that, I thank you for staying tuned with us, and have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajes.
Thank you.
Thank you.